was perusing around, I was buying some stuff on the Princess Auto website, and I came across this Keeper 1,500-pound winch, and 150 bucks. So I snatched that up. I'm going to do an install video. I'm going to show you what it does, why I bought it, why you should get one if you have your own garage, and why it's different than a regular winch. So I'll get into it. Why this is different than your average winch. This is, it's wired for 120 volt AC. So what that is the power that comes out of your outlets in your house. This has a plug that plugs into an outlet in your house or garage or shop or whatever. Why is that special? Well, you don't really see these for sale a whole lot. If they are for sale, a winch that does use 120 volt circuit, they're specifically designed to hang from a ceiling, and they're pretty, they're very pricey. This one, you know, you're looking at like $600–700 at least for a roof hoist usually, they call them. This is just a straight winch with a different motor in it, wired. It has a little pendant like an overhead crane. Has a kill switch there too. So that makes it a lot different. So why is that cool? Well, most winches you'll see, you're gonna see them for sale all the time. This is my Razor. There's a 3,500-pound winch on the front of it. That winch is 12 volts, so DC. So that runs off of a car battery. Yes, Dexter. So off the car battery, if you took that winch and put a plug on it, plugged it in your wall, it would catch on fire, blow up. Way too many volts. I don't really know how electricity works, but I just know that doesn't work. So that's why this one is kind of special, because it plugs into the wall. It has a hang down pendant, and basically if you install it into the ceiling of your shop, you get a mini crane in your shop. So in my garage, I have a lift point. I have a chain coming through some rafters and a piece of angle iron in the rafters. So basically there was, I had a pulley up there, hand pulley, pain in the ass. So I figured, why not hook up a winch up there? So I'm gonna be installing it, and we'll see how it goes. Basically, what am I gonna use this for? Well, I'll show you. I can hook onto the front bumper of this thing and lift the whole front end up without a jack and take the wheels off and all kinds of cool things. So yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a bit of welding for this project, like I do with pretty much everything. So basically, it's made to mount on the front of a quad right now. So this is the base plate. This would bolt to your bracket on your quad, even though you couldn't even hook this up to a quad. This is the block. The hook comes through there, obviously. The only problem is, if I have this hanging from the ceiling, I want to bolt this end to the ceiling, and then the rope would effectively be coming on an angle. So I'll just give you a quick example. I already rerouted it, but it would be coming out like this and going like down. You don't want that. You want a straight pull out of here. So what I have to do is make a bracket that relocates these roller blocks on this part of the winch. So I'm gonna start doing that right now. I already have some steel scrap pieces. This is a piece of another winch bracket that I'm gonna fabricate into into basically an L to relocate those blocks. So I'll get started on that. Okay, so I finished fabricating a bracket there. Luckily I didn't have to drill any holes. As I said, this is pieces of another winch bracket that I got, had sitting around that I didn't use. So yeah, all the holes match up with that one. I just welded a piece of angle iron to connect it and it should work. Okay, now I'm gonna paint it with some rocker guard. What this stuff is, it's like a rubberized coating basically. It's black. Almost, but not really. Okay, so basically I have some cold rolled steel flat bar that I got somewhere on a job or something. So I just mapped out, laid out some holes for the base of the winch, drilled them out, and I drilled out holes in each corner because this is going to be hung through the roof trusses with all thread or threaded rod, whatever you want to call it. Oh, your mom. Okay, so I dropped 4 pieces of threaded rod through the bracket, through the angle iron, and the rafters. You can see them sticking out there. I got 1 bolt on the winch. Really hard to use the ladder, so I just pulled the razor up, and I'm going to go on the roof of that since it's actually pretty sturdy. It's like a steel roof, and finish bolting this thing up. Okay, so I'm up in my rafters. This is I decided to bring the camera up in here. So basically, detach this thing. This is the setup. That's that plate I drilled, piece of angle iron. Here's the threaded rod going down through the ceiling. There we go. So basically, the idea is, brought some gloves. I'm gonna hold the threaded rod and tighten these nuts as pull them up. So basically, I want the nut to spin, not the threaded rod. So I got this to start. Go around. Okay, so I got the hook reattached on the winch line. Looking nice up there. Coiled the cable up a bit, stapled it to the roof. It's plugged in the outlet. There you go. So up, down, perfect. And I'll just give an example of what I'm going to use this thing for. It down. So you can see, all you gotta do, throw a jack underneath there, not a floor jack, like a stabilizing jack or whatever, and lower it onto them. It's that's one thing you can do with a winch. Okay, so this is a top of the line Sala harness, all nice. Just hook yourself the winch. Good way to test if